Alright, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to beat Anisync Echo's stage 54. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm going to skip on that. I did it without two of the most prominent units that you will see in the clear tab, in the recent clears or in the fast clears. You will see either Lily Giada or Lily Rahu in almost every single team, or Lily, some Lily Roses without Rahu, right? No, even the Rose is with a Rahu. So I was able to beat it without Lily or Rahu because I have neither. And fun fact is I do have Lily. She is staying level 1 for the foreseeable future. I am not against upgrading her for quality of life. I will still do non-Lily clears in the future. But the thing I notice the more I play this game is you don't need to copy other people's teams. You just want to utilize your invested units to find a way to beat said content. So for example, a lot of my clears are still using units like Rosa and Chloros. I'm still using Chloros in Termaton. I even used him in Charon, right? Because I did skip out on Anisync Echoes for a while. I thought I would just leave it until I am done with the other content. It's not a priority. You don't really want to rush through this content. This is in-game content. You want to prioritize for working on your farming teams first. And then you can go ahead and do Anisync Echoes. And because I was very late to doing Anisync Echoes, I actually didn't really record any of my other clears. Because most of them just had kind of free-to-play teams. These are units that I already built. Rosa, I use Rosa a lot. Rosa's replaceable. She's not a must. Chloris is replaceable. Doki is replaceable. There is no must unit in here. I'm just using the units that I have already built. As you can see, most of the units that I'm using are 5-star, which means that I did use them before. Sanya is not a unit that I use often. I just upgraded her for Shadowrunner, and then I realized that I can also use her in PvP. So she was a good recent addition. I will go over the run. If I go to recently, I was waiting for it to appear here, and it's a 9-minute run. It can be faster. The reason it's 9-minute is because I was just making sure that I don't mess it up. The builds I'm using, Golden Lion. Golden Lion, I don't think Golden Lion is needed. It's consistent. You want your Rosa to be able to do enough damage so that you don't go to the second cycle of the boss. And I will talk about it in the run itself. I have a max S3 max passive. S1 is level 1. This is kind of the minimum that you want on Rosa. And then Golden Lion, I just upgraded this for this run specifically, so the passives are not the greatest. And the actual gear, this is the one I crafted from the event. I was gonna make a video about the event, but there's already enough videos. So, and I think I do disagree with most of the videos, but I digress. Most people probably already crafted their stuff by now. So this is the gear. This is Rosa. This is Viper, Linglo, Freya, and Klaus. They have the normal PvE builds, just what's his face? Jackal on a very fast build. No need for Time Weave. I think people are overrating the need for Time Weave. People are going 3 Swift Rush, 3 Time Weaves, and they're giving up a lot of attack for an RNG set. Time Weave used to be good early on, but now I never really use it. I only use it on Doki, because I actually can do a fast Time Weave set on Doki, and because Doki's best PvE Echo is Halloween anyway, so you do want to use Swift Rush Time Weave on her. This is the Aurora Langlo, just a fast Viper, nothing special. And I also wanted to go over another team that I saw. This team, right? Yeah, this team is using a Fortissimo Freya, which is insane. This is actually insane. The point is you don't slot in a healer, and you just have Lily, Freya, Heinrich. You can see he killed it very fast. I will go over the replay as well later. Let's just go over my replay because it doesn't have Lily. The other Replay has Lily and Heinrich. My team does not have any LD So for the first spawns, you want to kill the spawn on the left. With the first, if your Viper is going first, you want the Jackal to hit the boss. By the way, every single damage you do on the boss counts, so you have to do this perfectly. Once you get rid of the shields, you can just target the left ad, and what he does is, if you leave him alive, he will give a shield to Apate, or the boss, equal to 20% of its max HP, and if you don't get rid of that shield, she will heal based on the leftover shield, so you don't want that. The other one just does damage and does this sword slash debuff and a 310 defense break. So you can tank it pretty easily. So let's talk while the run is going so that I can explain it. So you kill the left ad very easily with any half decent built Rosa, because my Golden Lion is not the best and my Rosa is not the best. Not the best. By the way, you want Battle Well. You do not want the counter set. But I don't have a Golden Lion with Battle Well and Fury Edge, so that's what I had. And then after you kill both the left side ad, you actually want to fully focus on the boss. You want to skip. So the first ads, kill the left one. The second ads, you're not going to kill either of them. You're just going to focus damage on the boss. Otherwise, it will be impossible to kill the boss in time before she buffs up and basically nukes you. So just targeting the boss, nothing special. You want to use your Linglo S2 to prolong the buffs as often as you can. Now I'm just damaging the boss. I'm not doing anything special. And yes, there is some RNG included. Some RNG, not a whole lot. You just want your Viper to dispel the correct shields, and you want your class to do a defense down on the correct ad as well. Right here, it doesn't matter if you just waste all of your skills, and even if you miss the dispel on Viper, it doesn't matter as well. Just throwing out any skill that I can to get in as much damage as possible. I think Viper did not miss a single dispel this run. And I also think the boss doesn't have that much of an effect resistance, because it's not that hard to actually land everything. Now she's gonna hit you twice. You can tank it very easily. And by the way, my Rosa did not get her buffs dispelled. This is lucky, but you can also do it. I did almost get to beat the boss while my Rosa's getting her buffs dispelled. But you will need extra 10s to do that, because your DPS will be slightly lower. And as soon as you see that the boss does not have any skills on cooldown, is my cursor showing? My cursor is not showing for some reason. Okay, let me explain what I meant. Up here, you can see that one of the boss's skills is on a 210 cooldown. That's the spawning skill. So when you see that there is no cooldown, you want to save your Viper S3 and your class S3. You want to make sure that they're always ready when you want to kill one of the ads. And the third, so you want to kill the first and the third ads only. It's a 3 ad cycle, so it will cycle back to the first ones after this. So this ad actually does a debuff called Joker's Mockery. This one makes you deal less damage and take more damage. But however, this one actually buffs only buffs the boss and makes the boss have 50% more attack. So she will do a lot more damage, but you are still gonna do the same amount of damage. And you want to kill the boss as fast as possible. So you can do this. You want to make sure at the end, actually not this one. Not this one, but at some point you will need to make sure that you have defense up on all of your units, otherwise you are going to get nuked, and I will show what I mean. So right here I'm killing the right side ad. now he's dead. And now she will deal a lot of damage, but you can tank it as long as you have full HP, and you don't even need the defense up, I don't think. Maybe on your DPS you do. Right now I'm doing no damage because there's no defense break on the boss, as you can see. Also, why is the cursor not showing? I'll have to fix that. But yeah, right now there is one cooldown on one of the boss's skills. That means you can waste some skills, but now you want to absolutely make sure that you have your Viper S3 and your Colossus S3. Your Freya, you can use your Freya or your Rosa S3 whenever you want. It doesn't matter. So now she's going to spawn them, and you want to go back to killing the one on the left because that's the one that's going to give her the shield. As long as the shields are on, the ads, you want to be targeting the boss. But now that I stripped it, I did target the left side ad so that Jackal can hit it. Jackal does pretty decent amounts of damage, even if it doesn't crit. And now I'm just targeting the left side ad with Rosa so I can kill it. The right side ad is still going to do the same stuff because we cycled back to the very first ads. Except this time the boss has a buff, 50% more attack, so that's why you want to do it before the second cycle, because you cannot really tank the second cycle. You can see that she's doing a lot more damage than the first cycle already. My units are being petrified. It's fine. And now you can skip the ads that will be spawned here, so you can just use this opportunity to deal as much damage as you possibly can. That's what I'm doing. I'm just tunnel visioning on the boss. She's still not going to spawn them because there's still one cooldown left. Now she will spawn them on her next turn. And unfortunately my Rosa's at the very last, so she's not going to do any follow-ups. You want to time it perfectly so that Rosa moves after the boss. Best case scenario, but that's not going to happen all the time. So it's fine. You can see again Rosa's at the very bottom, so she's not going to deal a lot of damage. This is where, when the ads are moving, you want to make sure that all of your units have defense up and they're all full HP. And you also want some immunities if possible, because the boss is actually going to do defense break on you if she attacks before the ads. I'm just doing damage. You'll see what I mean here. So I will do the defense up. I did time it. And she did not land any of her defense breaks. Right? And I did get lucky in the sense that Linglo moved here, so the little bit of HP here I just topped up, and then I extended the buffs as well. So, full HP defense up. And then Rosa moved. Rosa was about to die, actually, but then she cut in between. Rosa would not have died. She would have lived with very, very little HP, unless the boss crit. And in that case, then you just reset the run. But if she doesn't crit, if you have defense up and full HP, you will still survive both hits, so that's fine. And now, you want to kill, usually, this is going to be the third ads, and usually you would want to kill them. But in this case, you want to kill the boss itself, because I'm not sure if you can actually survive the second rotation if you have perfect RNG, defense up, and full HP, but your Rosa should have enough damage that by now the boss is basically dead. But because my Rosa is a little weak, it's taking a little longer to kill. And that's the run. That is basically the run. You can afford to build some more crit on your units, maybe like one crit double effect on all of them if you want to have your Rosa just be much more consistent. That is one way that you can do it. I'm not sure if people are doing that, but because Klaus and Freya are green, they already have pretty decent crit rate against the boss, especially with the buff from Rosa. You can see I barely killed the boss here. I still had Freya to move, but if I missed a lot of crits, if I was unlucky, I would have reset the runs. And yes, I did do a lot of resets. You will reset it a lot. You do want good RNG. Let's see what other people use. A lot of people are using the Fortissimo. I think this is the guy that invented it, and then any other. I'm not sure. I assume so because this is the first guy that did it with his team. This is the guy that I took the team from. Lullaby SS. And this is the team that I was going to go for anyways, but I wasn't sure if it was actually doable. But shout out to this guy for proving that it is doable, because I wasn't even trying to beat it because I was skeptical about this team. He's using different builds. He's using Gigabyte here as well, and then his Freya is better than mine. 2 dupes, much more attack, a better battle will, a better golden lion, and much more speed. So his Rosa is actually much better than my Rosa. That's why I did it in 2 minutes earlier, but just goes to show that it is doable even with not the greatest Rosa of all time. I wish I was able to actually do videos on the previous Anisync bosses, because I did do them with quite free-to-play teams, and I would do them without Doki, because by now I have enough units invested that I don't need to use Doki, but I just do because she's my most invested SSI unit. 554, and then there is the Lily. Let me show you my level 1 disgraceful character. I am not gonna use her until I have to. But for now, and also besides the fact that I'm just doing it out of principle, let's be honest. Who the fuck can build new units in this economy? I have 3 lattices. I guess I haven't done the tower yet, so I guess it's 5. But I still have so many more units that I want to build, so Lily's gonna be benched for a while, and that's it for the video. And yeah.